Accepting for Admiral Gracey is the 24th Coast Guard Commandant, Admiral Robert J. Papp, Jr.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to my Coast Guard shipmates who I've missed dearly over the last year or so. You know, I hate to admit this, but at a certain point in your life, you say, oh no, another dinner, another award ceremony. But it's not like that here tonight, because this is a singular honor for me to be able to come here and accept this award for one of my most special mentors, Admiral James Steele Gracey. I want to thank the Navy Memorial, first of all, for always keeping the Coast Guard in the family here. The Navy Memorial has always realized that the Coast Guard, in two times in our history, has been a part of the Navy, in World War I and World War II, and we've always been great partners with the Navy and the Marine Corps over all the years. You had the Year of the Coast Guard here last year, and this program itself, the Lone Sailor Award, has recognized many Coasties, two of which, Arnold Palmer and J.D. Power III, were so inspired by being recognized for their Coast Guard service and being brought back into the family that they've become honorary directors of our Coast Guard Museum project, and they've been significant donors to getting that effort going in New London, Connecticut. You know, as we've watched the activities here in Washington, D.C. over this past few days, we've had a chance to observe a man who demonstrates through his actions humility, selfless service, and commitment to all people. In my religious life, I've been excited and inspired by the Pope's visit here to Washington, D.C. over the last few days. But in my personal and my professional life, I've been inspired for many decades by Admiral Gracey. If Admiral Gracey was here tonight, he would start off, first of all, by thanking the Navy Memorial Foundation for giving him this special recognition. But then secondly, he would congratulate all the other recipients who are going to follow tonight. In his own self-deprecating manner, he would say that he was amazed that he would be included in this very special group of leaders that's going to be recognized tonight. But I can say for myself and for all the Coasties here tonight, we know he deserves to be in this special group of leaders that's being recognized tonight. I went back to a couple of my predecessors over the last couple of days, Admiral Jim Loy and Admiral Bob Kramick, and I asked them for some observations as well, and they asked that I share them tonight. Jim Loy, who was the 21st Commandant, sent back to me that two windows. He said during his time in uniform, he was the best prepared Commandant we ever had. Even though he was involved in operations, he was the ultimate staffer. He was a meticulous planner. No detail was too small, and everything was incorporated into everything he did. And he was an eloquent presenter and witness. The time since he retired as Commandant, he's a wise old owl. He's a mentor to Commandants 18 through 24. He still carries the Coast Guard flag publicly, and along with his wife Randy, he is loved by all. Bob Kramick, the 20th Commandant, wrote that I'm sorry to hear that Jim could not receive the award. Most of Jim's fame was centered around the planning, programming, and budgeting process that's been employed by the Coast Guard ever since his time. Under his leadership, that came into effect, and the second deck in Coast Guard headquarters became all-powerful. I believe all three of us, you, me, and Jim, were chiefs of staff and raised in that system. But what Jim loved was his Coast Guard and his people. He was always available to them and still is. I was scared to death when he sat behind me at Capstone 228 as a 4-star mentor, but comforted knowing that he was there because I was one of his people, and he was there to help me and to make me better for the experience. Good luck tonight, and please pass my regards. P.S. While Jim was a mentor for his many years at Capstone, Randy ran the wives program. They were always a team. Linda and I, even though we followed 28 years after Admiral Gracey, were inspired by them. He's been my mentor, she's been a mentor to Linda, and everything we did was plagiarized by what the Graceys did during their time as Commandant and First Lady of the Coast Guard. Their focus was on people, their focus was on families, and every time I hear family, I think of Admiral Gracey as our senior statesman of the Coast Guard family. And I'm so proud and privileged and humbled tonight to be able to accept this award for him, and I will deliver it to Randy and him at the soonest opportunity. Thank you very much.